Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make a batch of mince kebabs. We always like to have mince kebab in our freezer because we like having our mince kebab chutney with roti or our mince kebab with spaghetti. That's the reason why we make them in advance and freeze them. We have done the recipes before and Pranesh will link the recipes. So today we are going to make a little different recipe, which is mince kebab pies. I'm going to start off by making my kebabs with these following ingredients. For my ingredients, I have 500 gram of lamb mince, which I washed and rinsed out thoroughly. 1 large onions that I cut finely. And then for my greens, I have some dhania chopped, mint, shallot, and 2 green chillies, all sliced finely. You can adjust your chilies according to your taste. I'm going to use 1 egg for the binding purpose and also a slice of bread. You can use white bread. I am using brown bread. We usually eat brown bread. And this, I broke it in tiny pieces. I'm going to use a grind of black pepper and a sprinkle of mixed herbs. Yeah, I've got a teaspoon of chopped spice, a teaspoon of garlic and ginger, a teaspoon of fine salt, and I'm going to use a tablespoon of Mrs. Ball's chutney. I am going to add in my ingredients to the mince. That's the onions. And thereafter all my greens. A grind of black pepper. Then my mixed herbs. To this you can use fresh thyme if you have. My salt, ginger, garlic, and then my chopped spice. My bread. My egg and my tablespoon of Mrs. Ball's chutney. This will give the mince a good taste. Mix all this together. I am just going to use my hands to get all this in together. My mince kebab ingredients are mixed up, and while I was doing the mixing, I put my oven on to preheat for 150 degrees. And here I've got my hands that a little damp. I'm going to start forming the ball. And I also got a small baking tray that I sprayed with spray and cook. For our pies this morning, I'm only going to make 4, and the rest I'll make and put them in the freezer. And I'm not going very big because I'm going to use my muffin tray. To this point, I'll quickly wash my hands and pop my kebabs into the oven for 15 minutes, but we will check till it's completely done. I'm going to pop this into the oven for 15 minutes. "20 minutes has passed and my kebabs are done. Now I'm ready to take it out from the oven. I'll allow this to cool a little, and while it's cooling, I'll just go through the ingredients for my pie. Today I am taking a shortcut. I am using the bottle pasta sauce, which also have tomato and chilies and herbs. We usually make our own pasta sauce from scratch. Pranesh will link the recipe. I also have a little bit of mozzarella cheese to sprinkle on, and I'm using some Italian herbs. I am going to use today's puff pastry, which is slightly thinner, because we are going to put it into the muffin tray, and our rich pastry expands too much. Here I have my muffin tray. I use spray and cook to the 4 cups that I'm going to use. I am going to measure enough pastry to cover my 4 muffin cups. I'm going to just cut what I need. I'm just going to press my pastry into these cups. You had to cut your pastry a little bigger so it be easy to overlap. Firstly, I'm going to put in my tomato sauce, just a tablespoon each. To each pastry pocket, I'm going to add in 1 kebab. Just press it in a little. Thereafter, I'll sprinkle in my cheese. And a little herbs on top. In this manner, you can make as much as you want, but just adjust your puff pastry. I am going to measure out my puff pastry to cover the top. I am going to press in my pastry together. Just tuck this in. I'm also going to press in between the pies. I am ready to cut them so they will be individual pies. To these corners, I'm just going to tuck it in. I tucked in the corners, so I've got 4 individual pies. It doesn't matter if it leaks a little bit. And here I'm just going to pierce a hole each with my toothpick. And now I'm ready to pop this into the oven for 15 minutes, but we'll watch. My oven is now set to 175. "20 minutes has passed and our pies are ready to take off the oven. When I checked halfway and my pies wasn't browning, I realized I didn't brush in milk or an egg on top. So I quickly brushed some milk and put it back into the oven, and now it's nice and brown. When you are doing your pies, remember to brush with milk or your egg, and you can even sprinkle in some sesame seeds on top. There you go, your lovely minced kebab pies. We are going to let this to cool a little, and then we are ready to serve. There you go, your lovely minced kebab pies with Italian pasta sauce. This pie is a bit smaller. You can serve 2 for a meal or serve them as party snacks. Pranesh loves these pies, and that's the reason why he came up with this pie. He's always out there in the bush and grabbing a pie and saying, "Take a pie and buy." You all must watch his video that he just put on his channel, The South African Wanderer, and he will link his channel above. Yeah, he cut open a pie to show you all how it's done in the inside. This is a perfect bite-sized kebab snack. I hope you'll give this a try and check out the other kebab recipes as well. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.